I used to be terrified of silence, not the peaceful kind, but the heavy, suffocating kind that came before their rage. I could feel it building like a storm ready to break. I'd hear the slam of a door, the sharp sighs, the shifting blame, and my heart would race. I'd cave every time, rushing to explain, apologize, and overthink, just to keep the peace. But it was never real peace. It was just quiet control, a way for them to keep me in line. I'd spend hours replaying every word, wondering what I did wrong, trying to avoid the explosion I knew was coming. I was so afraid of their anger that I'd do anything to appease them, even if it meant losing myself in the process. Until I learned that real strength isn't in the chaos, it's found in stillness, in refusing to let their rage dictate my peace. I came to understand that narcissists push for a reaction because they need to prove they still have power over you. They bait you with accusations, twisting your words, saying just enough to trigger your deepest wounds. It's not a conversation, it's a performance, a trap designed to pull you into their chaos. They might accuse you of things you didn't do, or tell you you're overreacting when you set a boundary. It's all meant to make you spiral, to make you feel like you need to prove your innocence to someone who's committed to misunderstanding you. But I realized I didn't have to follow their script. I could let them misunderstand, let them spiral on their own. When I stayed grounded, calm, consistent, and clear, they lost their power. I was no longer playing the role they assigned me, and in that space, I began to reclaim my narrative. Everything shifted when I stopped engaging in their chaos. I found a peace I hadn't felt in years. I started sleeping better, my mind no longer racing with their words. I breathed easier, my chest no longer tight with anxiety. I learned to respond, not react, to their provocations. I'd pause, take a deep breath, and ground myself, speaking only when I was ready, not when they demanded. I stopped feeding their storm with my energy, and something amazing happened. Their rage eventually passed. It couldn't sustain itself without my reaction. I began to see their anger for what it was, a reflection of their own lack of control, not a reflection of me. By choosing stillness, I reclaimed my power, no longer letting their chaos pull me under. I realized that my calm wasn't weakness, it was strength, a quiet rebellion against their attempts to break me. That shift gave me back my peace, my clarity, and my sense of self. Here are some practical steps that helped me stay strong against a narcissist's rage. First, I practiced pausing. I'd take a deep breath and count to 5 before responding, giving myself space to stay calm. Second, I grounded myself in the moment. I'd focus on something tangible, like the feeling of my feet on the ground to anchor me. Third, I set clear boundaries. I'd walk away from conversations that felt like bait, refusing to engage in their drama. Finally, I reminded myself that I'm not responsible for their chaos. I'd silently affirm, this is not mine to carry, whenever their rage flared. These steps became my armor, helping me protect my peace and stand firm in self-love, one grounded moment at a time. 1. Choose calm. I choose peace. I will not carry chaos that's not mine. I am not weak for staying grounded, and I'm not cold for walking away. My stillness is my strength, and my boundaries are my power. I honor my peace above all, knowing I'm here to heal, not to fight battles that don't belong to me. If you're choosing stillness over stress, type grounded in the comments. You're not alone in this journey. We're healing together, one peaceful step at a time. You're not here to fight, you're here to reclaim your strength.